This is the City of Harvey Council meeting, Monday, August 26th, 2024. It is 7:04 p.m. We'll call the meeting to order. Has all of the elected officials been able to check in? We have a quorum. We have a quorum. Thank you. Let's do it one more time. Okay, we have a quorum. Our next item on the agenda is invocation and pledge of allegiance. Deacon Rogers, would you be so kind?
Let me bow our heads. Gracious Lord and Father, thank you for this day. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for the Holy Spirit, Lord Jesus, that you dwell within us. Lord Jesus, thank you for each and every individual that's under the sound of my voice that's able to attend this meeting. Thank you, Lord, for all good things that you do in our lives. Thank you, Lord, for each and every idea and every resolution and every ordinance that we're going to vote on tonight. Lord Jesus, give us the wisdom and the knowledge that you gave to us out, so we can forever do your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda is Alderman comment. Unless there's any objection, we will limit comments to 3 minutes. And we will start with the first award.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I
Please
just
speak into your microphone so everybody can hear you.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just have a couple notes here. I want to thank everyone who came out to our board meeting. Cassandra Holbrook did Arreston and did a wonderful job from Thornton Township. She is the Cook County Assessor for Thornton Township. She brought up some interesting points. Please make sure that you have your opportunity to ensure that you have all your deductions in line for next year. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to go to her office located in Thornton Township on 333 South the 159th Street, but they say it's 162nd Street. Also, I just want everyone to be mindful. I saw on the news today, and maybe many of you as well, saw about the West Nile. A lot of people are getting sick with that. So it may be in our best interest to walk through our neighborhood, and not our neighborhood, but our yards, to see if we have any containers that can retain water for the mosquitoes. Because it's going to be quite serious for the next couple of weeks. And that's the same thing with your ticks. Ticks are really big in our area this year. If you do want to get your yard spray, or if you live near the canal, you can contact the mosquito abatement. They're located right in Harvey. And I believe that ends my report. I just want to wish everyone a good evening and stay hydrated. Please check on your neighbors tomorrow. If you are fortunate to have air conditioning, you may want to welcome somebody in, just even for a few hours of relief. if anyone needs a place to go and you live in the first ward, please contact me. Thank you. And I can be reached at 708-596-7470. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is the second award.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being in attendance tonight, using your platform to be involved and civically engaged. I want to thank the Mayor's Office and the Harvey Police Department for attending our Back to School Bash on Saturday, August the 14th. It was extremely well attended. We had about 300 young people. So wishing all our young people from District 152 and 205 a very prosperous and blessed school year. Our next public safety meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, September the 18th, with myself and 4th Ward Alderperson Chairman Tracy Key. Wednesday, September the 18th at 6:30 p.m. We will have Next Food Services present. They're working hand in hand with Cook County. And so we're going to have some support on how you can make your home lead-free, which is extremely important. I would just put something on your cerebellums this afternoon or this evening. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." My servitude agitates Mayor Clark and this administration. Misogyny, bullying, and intimidation are unacceptable behaviors that create a toxic environment and undermine the effectiveness of any organization, including the City of Harvey Council and administration. See, the media has the ability for us to be emergent in our decision making, but the truth shall prevail. City of Harvey, I can think of a variety of ways that the public safety efforts used towards me could have been used to decrease the erroneous issues plaguing our city. Did you know a crime occurs every 9 hours and 8 minutes here in the City of Harvey? It's essential to promote a community of respect, inclusivity, and empathy, where everyone feels valued, heard, and safe for using their transparent voice. The City Council and administration should foster an environment that encourages open communication, dialogue, constructive feedback, and respectful disagreement. City of Harvey and Second Ward, I'm going to continue to let my freedom bells ring. I had the opportunity to speak at several DNC events, and one thing that was particular, being at a Millennial Roundtable, is it's our time. It's our time to stand up and be radical about making change effective, swift, long, stirring up good trouble, as Congressman John Lewis once stated. I assure you that I'm still a phone call away. I'm still a door knock away. We're still located at 15446 South Lexington. And as I mentioned, allowing the freedom bells to ring, I'm reclaiming my time. You all elected me to be in this seat, the Second Ward, the City of Harvey. And I intend to do my job as an effective legislator every chance that I get. Thank you.
Next is the 4th Ward.
Can I go to the podium?
No, sir.
No, sir. As a resident, I still can go to the podium, but that's fine. Make sure I got this, everybody can hear me. I just want to first of all, thanking everyone that came here tonight. I ask you to be encouraged in these times of possible confusion or disappointment. I took an oath to serve my residents with integrity and concern. So if I have not done that thus far, let me know and give me the chance to make it better. Mayor, your job in these council meetings is to keep order. But as of late, things have been out of order. I feel that you have not given me the proper respect that I am worthy of, and I'm not going to ask or beg you for it. But I will ask and beg my residents because I'm a servant and not to anyone in this council. I have strongly voted for possibly 65% of the resolutions you have brought to the table. So you or anyone else cannot say, I'm totally against you. When you served as alderman, you voted no on everything. But now that you're mayor, you want 100% support or else. I am not here to bash you or anyone on this city council. We all have our own unique talents as elected officials. And I am, and anyone on this council, we all have our own unique talents as elected officials. And I have no right to judge anyone that the majority of the people voted in. But I will stand my ground and debate, not argue, when it comes to the beliefs. My goal is to be the best alderman person in this city has ever had. But I've come to realization that that can never happen as long as an alderman person, Kobe Chapman, is around. I'm so proud of her. Let me count the ways. Without getting into detail, Harvey was recently been in the news along with the social media on an alleged altercation between two people whose name I need not mention. I feel that this incident should have been handled internally and not out in the public. That's how a person of authority keeps order. I wish we could put everything behind us in the past and start off fresh, but it seems like we're heading in the directions of being prepared to the village of God. I ask that we come together to prevent that from happening. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. So, go back to my usual before we continue. City of Hardy City Council meeting is a meeting designed to handle city business. During the period of approximately 2 weeks, several matters may arise in which the elected officials come together and provide their vote on whether the city should or should not engage in certain actions. In the city of Hardy, council members are provided the agenda 1 week in advance of the meeting, unless it is a special meeting. During the week, council members are provided the opportunity to raise questions or concerns regarding agenda items. The council members are to raise such questions with the mayor. If during the week questions or concerns are not raised or raised and answered, then the council member is not allowed to raise the question on the meeting floor. It is the duty of the council member to read and understand the council packet before the meeting. Once again, the council member has a week prior to the meeting to raise questions. It is not proper for a council member to wait until the meeting to raise the question. Additionally, questions raised during the meeting when they could have been raised during the week are not fair to the chair. The chair, nor should any other member of the body be forced to provide an answer to a question when such question could have been raised, properly considered, and answered during the week prior to the meeting. The meeting chair expedites the meeting and decides all questions of order. In addition to many other responsibilities, the chair preserves civility and decorum. As such, there shall be no booing, hissing, clapping, cheering, shouting, or other forms that represent this type of conduct. This type of conduct is considered disruptive to the meeting. Public comment is a very important part of the meeting. However, it must be conducted in a certain manner. Shouting is prohibited. Personal attacks, which may cause disruption, are also prohibited. In general, the chair may correct any conduct which is disruptive to the meeting. The chair makes the final decision whether conduct is disruptive. This is not debatable. There may be other ways to challenge the chair's decision. Arguing with the chair is not one of those ways. Some commenters may choose to offer unsubstantiated or unproven claims or opinions. As part of the meeting, city council members do not respond to public comment. This does not mean the commentator's claims or opinions are true. The only thing that it means is that this particular meeting is not the proper venue to address the commentator's claims or opinions. At times, one may feel as if they are not being heard. The real issue may be that the person is attempting to be heard in the wrong venue. Municipalities should strive for expediency, civility, and decorum at all times. All participants can assist the meeting by not engaging in disruptive conduct. I read that and I'm going to ask, please refrain from clapping, booing, hissing, cheering, or any other disruptive behavior during this city council meeting. I thank you.
Point of order.
Chair, there is no point of order. There is nothing that has been changed as far as parliamentary procedure. There is no point of order.
Well, I don't think I need a point of order if you make a statement and I follow by the rules you go by. You said specifically we should let the council know in advance prior to the meeting. I emailed you on August 22nd, and you never responded.
Sir,
How can I explain it?
Sir, first of all,
I did what you asked me to do.
you did not ask a question that was pertaining to this agenda. That's why it's not addressed to this
No,
agenda.
I asked the question on the
Sir.
statement that you made. The statement that you made was that we need to inform the city hall and administrators anything about anything that happened or was going on
Sir.
prior to the meeting. And I
You are out of
never
order and you are
responded.
talking about something that has nothing to pertain to this particular agenda. I would
But you
appreciate,
just said
I would
it.
appreciate if you would come to order. Please,
Okay, I am.
please.
Because
No, you are delaying the meeting.
I'm not
you are-
delaying the meeting.
You are out of order, sir. Please come to order.
You know what?
Once again, you are out of order, sir. Please, please come to order. Would you please? I have explained that what you are discussing has nothing to do with the relevance of this agenda that we have before us today.
Did you listen to my question?
I heard what you said, and if you would like to discuss it some other time in which you requested, I'm more than welcome
I did that,
that.
but you never
Sir,
responded.
sir, once again,
You never responded.
This- you are-
I emailed you.
you are out of order. That is the last time that I'm going to say that. Other than that, I'm going to ask you to remove yourself from the council chamber.
Ask me, no, I'm not gonna move.
Okay, sir, tell you what.
Motion.
Chair recognizes.
15-minute recess.
Okay, we'll take a 15-minute recess. Thank you very much. Okay, it's 7:57. We are returning from recess. If everyone would look at the tablet and mark themselves present. And once again, have a quorum, and we will continue. We were on floor for automatic comment. The chair recognizes the third ward.
Good evening, everyone. Madam Clerk, for the record, I'm requesting that my seat is permanently changed away from Alderwoman Coley Chapman for the listed reasons. The false accusations she stated to 5th and 6th Ward Alderman that I made a threat to her and the pastor. I never made any threat to her or anyone else, as I don't make idle threats. During this term, I have tolerated unprofessional sidebar comments from Alderwoman Chapman, as well as the staged comments given about my vote and stance on the businesses not paying their share. Given what I witnessed on August 14th, I feel compelled now to put this in the record. I witnessed the hostile behavior exhibited to a city employee from Alderwoman Chapman to the point of making threats to physically harm. I no longer feel secure during these city council meetings. Meeting after meetings, there is always some form of intimidation tactics from her and/or her followers. I don't think any elected official should have to experience this type of behavior on a bi-monthly basis. Mr. Mayor, this isn't a reflection on how you conduct the meetings, as this is a reflection of Alderwoman Chapman, her followers, and myself. For the record, already being falsely accused of a transgression, I need to protect my interests and my being. That ends my report.
Thank you. Next is the Fifth Ward.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's me in here.
Good evening.
Yeah.
They can't talk.
Y'all can
Good evening.
All right, anyway, that was running my time. I want to thank everybody for being here. As always, I encourage our residents and business owners, all our stakeholders to attend our meetings, to ask questions, to reach out to your older person whenever you do have questions. Because I think that's the most important part of what we're trying to accomplish here. I look forward to seeing everyone. Now that kids are back in school, so just be careful if you're driving and such like that. Make sure that you kind of look out for our kids. Also, I know Ursula kind of hit on this already. Let's check on our seniors. I'll be making calls and stops on tomorrow. It's gonna be hot. And we talked about the mosquitoes. Listen, make sure you all are checking your gutters too. A lot of folks don't realize that if you ain't cleaned them gutters out and you got standing water, the mosquitoes will breed in your gutters, okay? Just make sure you check those gutters. Let's try to get them cleaned out. Let me see. I just don't feel like not talking because I got time left, even though I don't know if I really got anything else to say. Other than I love y'all. I don't like all this. Let's stop all this. We can get things done in a professional, orderly way. It's a way to do everything. Let's do it. Public, I love y'all. We don't have to agree on everything, but we can do so in a respectable manner. That's it. Say what you have to say. Do what you want to do, but let's just respect each other. One thing I always ask is just respect each other. We're up here trying to do a job. Sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right. But the thing is, don't sit up there and criticize us every time we get it wrong. How about saying when we get it right? But I never hear nobody get up there and say nothing. You can tell me. We always getting it wrong. Well, thank God everybody don't feel that way. But thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to your public comments and us working together.
Thank you.
Use all my time.
Next is the Sixth Ward.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everybody, for coming out. First of all, I'd like to have 4 or 5 points that I'd like to acknowledge. The first one, I'd like to thank the residents of the 36th Ward. We had a ward meeting last Saturday over at McCaskill Park, and the meeting was well attended. It was a major success. I was also donated an abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables for everyone. Everyone was able to take peaches, plums, apples, lettuce, carrots, and other things home. I don't think nobody went without. And we had boxes and boxes of pears and plums. And they were really sweet, weren't they, Joe? All right. There's been a community eyesore on the corner of 146th and Hall, the old car wash. And mainly for many years. This week, that ugly building has been boarded up and secured by the city of Harvey and his administration with large concrete blocks. And this building has been a plague to our community with prostitution and drug dealer for many years. It gives me great pleasure that this problem for the residents of the Sixth Ward has been gone. It's been eliminated. I'd like to give special thanks to the Harvey Street Department for its dedication in cutting and cleaning in the grade 6. The ward looks good, and I've had an opportunity to talk to a lot of residents, and they're very happy with the overall appearance of what's going on. Rick Sepik, Mr. Robert, you guys should be commended on your diligent efforts on taking care of the city's business. The fire department, Chief Fisher, there were 2 significant fires in the 6th Ward all within the past week. One was at Green Street, 14504 Green. I was getting ready for church Sunday morning when I got the call. By the time I got my clothes on and got over there, the fire trucks were pulling away because the fire had been diminished. One thing for certain, and I find that this to be extremely imperative, that if you call for the police department or you call for a fire department, you want them to get there and you want them to get there quick, because we just don't pick up and dial 911 haphazardly. And I'd like to commend the fire department and one more fire at 347 Sibley Boulevard, right before you get to the fire line. The grass caught a fire, and the fire department was there, and that fire was diminished within seconds. And this is something that we should not take for granted, and we should commend our police department, all of our first responders. Well, I was there on the scene, and I had an opportunity to do so. And thank you very much for your time.
Point of order.
Chair recognizes the 4th Ward.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to offer a suggestion to the council. If people are not comfortable to the person that they're sitting next with,
Sorry, this is not the room for that comment.
No, I was
This
just,
is-
can you just let me just finish? It won't be.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. This is not the space for that. This is not the space for that.
It was a
Please.
great suggestion.
So our next, and you can put it in writing and submit it. The next item on our agenda,
Point of order, Mayor.
the chair recognizes the 2nd Ward.
Thank you, Mayor. Based on the previous example that was stated, you mentioned that we could discuss things that have to do with the agenda. So one of the things that Alderwoman Smith was just made a mention regarding myself, the 2nd Ward Alderwoman during aldermanic comment. And since this is within the limits, corporate counsel, could you confirm that?
What's your question?
That I am within my regard to be able to have a discussion based on the topic at hand. Number 4, aldermanic comment, where Alderwoman Smith made a comment regarding me. I call for a point of order, and I just want to make a certain that when I make the rebuttal, that I won't be out of order.
There is no point of order.
Thank you for recognizing my point of order.
There is no point of order.
You did recognize.
There
my
is no point of
Is that
order.
now that there's no
Jesus,
point of
Lord have
order?
mercy.
Definitely, we need Christ. All.
Yes, we do. And if we ever need him, we
We need
sure
him.
do need him now.
Yes, but to
So,
answer that, thank you, Mayor. To
Please,
answer that,
no,
to the
no, we're not going to do that. We're
I
not,
literally.
you are out of order. You are out of order, madam. You are out of, madam, please come to order. See, we gonna make sure we do this one right, okay? So the next one is, I'm gonna ask that you be removed from the chamber. Please respect the chair. That was not a point of order. You are out of order.
You the attorney, how come you don't speak up?
Will you please remove yourself from the council? Please remove yourself from the council. You are not following the instructions of the chair. Please remove, Chief, would you please, escort the
City attorney, how come you don't
second
speak up?
from
Speak up, attorney.
let her go ahead. He can speak up afterwards, but she gotta
So
go.
I have to speak for.
She ma'am, would you please remove yourself? Please remove yourself from the meeting. Thank you very much.
I I don't understand why I'm being removed for
His
something.
mic isn't working, but please remove yourself.
But could you just
So
tell me
now what are we
why?
gonna do? Are we gonna go again and again and again and again and again and again and get remove yourself from the meeting?
It's just a question, though, Mayor.
Remove yourself from the meeting.
And I just wanna know why.
Thank you very much, and, have a good evening.
Come on, let's go, y'all. If you throw her out, we all gone, okay? Throw out, we all gone.
Okay, would you please stop delaying the meeting and let's get this on the road? Let's go.
Good night, City of Harvey.
Good night, Kobe.
Now, Chief, clear the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, please step up and let the room.
If there is, for the record, Ruby Donahue, Missouri Gervin, Jonathan Johnson, Sharon McGee, Glennis James Watson, Ryan Sewelski, Chappelle Hooks, you still will have time for public comment when public comment is available. But until that time, please remove yourselves as well.
No, the third ward, you a liar. And the video cameras gonna prove it. They gonna prove it, all right? That's right, don't forget.
Yeah, we're going to stand in recess for another 15 minutes until we are, until the floor has been cleared. 10:16 p.m. We are reconvening. If all the persons and officials would mark themselves present. Let it be shown for the record that Alderman Tracy Key and Alderman Kobe Chapman are no longer present. So, our next item is approval of minutes dated August 14, 2024. The chair would entertain a motion. Excuse me? Oh, well, we don't stand. Our next item, is executive session. We do not have an executive session today, so we will not have to return to open session. So our next item will be approval of minutes dated August 14, 2024. The chair recognizes the first ward. We're going to have to, first ward.
Thank you. I was just wondering, we're okay to continue with this meeting with them outside and not being in violation of the other meeting?
Yes, we are, but we are going to let them back in when it comes time for public comment. I did ask if we had some people that were members of the press, because we would let them back in ordinarily, but we don't have any of those here. From my understanding, the other people have left the building. So,
We're not in violation.
from my understanding, we are not. Now, if somebody wants to challenge, which they probably will, then we will allow the Attorney General's office to opine on the matter. But until that point in time, from my perspective, we are not. And it doesn't matter, because they say I do everything wrong anyway, so what difference? I'm at that point now, so. So, we have approval of minutes for August 14, 2024. The chair will entertain a motion. I have a motion motion from the 6th and a second by the 3rd. Is there any debate? Okay, Alan already went to vote already, so I'm going to assume that there is none. The motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of bills for payment. Dated August 26, 2024. Is there a recommendation from the finance chair?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Due to the fact that it was an oversight and we didn't receive the actual bills list physically until today. So we make a motion to carry this over until the next meeting.
Okay, if there are no objections, then we'll just consider the matter tabled. And we will consider this matter tabled until the next meeting. Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report.
Point of order.
It's another point of order.
Yes, I believe that the treasurer's report being on this agenda is out of order.
The chair recognizes the fifth ward.
Yes, I just didn't understand how we had a treasurer's report, just like the bills list and such. I would expect those things to come from the comptroller and at least go to the finance committee before being put on the agenda for the whole committee to vote upon. So I just want to make a motion to forward the treasurer's report to the comptroller for further review.
So moved.
There's a motion by the fifth, a second by the sixth to forward the treasurer's report to the comptroller for review. Is that review and approval?
Yes.
Okay, for review and approval. The chair recognizes the first ward.
You know, if my memory serves correct, the previous chairperson, Gloria Morningstar,
You
and
mean the previous
the
treasurer?
treasurer.
Yes.
The previous treasurer and the comptroller, whether it was, rest in peace, Joe Leckie or Williams, they did work concurrently, and that's how it was in the past too. So when the treasurer was a reflection on the comptroller.
Well,
So I just wanted that for the record, that was the flow in those 8 years.
yes. Well, the comptroller is the head of the finance department, and is in control of all finances of the city. So, we have a motion and a second, is that correct?
We should have a second.
The motion was by the fifth.
Six was the second.
And the sixth, gave a second, so I'm perfect. Because we don't have that, we'll just call the roll on that and answer that
Yes,
later.
I did fix it. It's a motion to move treasurer's report to comptroller for review.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, well then, if there is no additional debate, then we can go ahead and vote. Okay, the motion carries. And the treasurer is instructed to submit her report to the comptroller for review and approval prior to submitting it to the committee, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then to the full council. Next item on the agenda is, is there anybody out there that's, see if we can, y'all want me to try to let them in?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
We just
All right.
take 1 and 2.
Try to let a few people.
I think the disturbance, the reason for the disturbance have passed. So yeah, if you want to let everybody else in, that's
Well then, those who are remaining, please, let them in. We're gonna continue doing business, so we would expect for them to be quiet when they come in orderly, because we're gonna continue doing business, but you can let them back in. Okay, next item on the agenda is the approval of ordinances. Number 10, approval of ordinances and resolutions for the city of Harvey. 10A, old business. 10B, new business. 10B1, a motion to approve a settlement agreement between Ezra Hill and the city of Harvey. This motion authorizes the settlement agreement between Ezra Hill and the city of Harvey for the events that allegedly occurred between March 12, 2014 and March 8, 2017.
The chair would entertain a motion to approve. I have a motion by the first and a second by the third. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, you can cast your votes. Motion carries. Next item is a motion to approve release and settlement agreement between Kenya Kaysen and the city of Harvey. This motion authorizes the release and settlement agreement between Kenya Kaysen and the city of Harvey for pending lawsuit 2023-6011123. I have a motion by the first, a second by the third. Is there any debate? Hearing none. You may vote. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public comment. First public comment is Chappelle Hooks, followed by Ryan Sinwelski. Chappelle Hooks, followed by Ryan Sinwelski. No speaker may donate his or her time. For the speaker, comments shall be courteous and respectful at all times. No person may use public comment for the purpose of campaign or advertisement. This is not a question and answer time, and council cannot engage in conversation with the public. Questions and concerns about operations should be addressed with city staff during regular business hours. Public comment is encouraged and appreciated. And this is the only opportunity for the public to address the city council on agenda items and other city-related business. In order to accomplish all business on the agenda and be respectful of everyone's time, council members will not engage in dialogue with individual members of the audience, and no immediate action will be taken on any public comment issue. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. First to speak is, once again, Chappelle Hooks, followed by Ryan Sinwelski.
Hello, council, and the few people that's in here. So, the problem that I have is that it's okay for our elected officials to be disrespected by anybody that you choose. People that are not even elected officials, just because they are city workers, they shouldn't be able to disrespect our elected officials. I was there during the altercation. I can reenact it if you want me to, because I can't understand how she was arrested, had a mug shot, which came out the next day. We can't even FOIA anything and get nothing back in 5 days. But somehow the media got a mug shot. It's okay for other older persons to disrespect other older persons. And I just think that it's crazy and it's unfair. And then you make all these rules. Where are the ordinance numbers? Where are the state law numbers for these rules that you're making up? I mean, you do have something to follow as well. You want people to follow what you say, but you need to follow the law. You can't restrict our speech as long as we're not threatening anybody, as long as we're not swearing. It should be nothing that should be restricted. Besides those two, I haven't heard anyone threaten any of your elected officials, except for seeing your city administrator push Alderwoman Kobe Chapman on the 14th of August. And then you have Alderwoman Smith, who made the gestures. Nobody's saying nothing about that though. Nobody's getting charges pressed against them about that. But y'all pressing charges on Kobe because she pushed her because she didn't want to see her talking to the council. I was standing right there. I saw it. So since y'all didn't want to release the video, I had the person who had the video to release the video. And then we can solve all of it. Because it was just a bunch of bull. Y'all know it. Y'all did all that. You good at that. You good at that. You like to paint these facades. That's not true.
Time is up. Next up is Ryan Sandowski, followed by Glennis James Watson.
Good evening, everybody. I attended the Planning and Zoning Commission last week. As some of you might know, I was dismissed from this commission because Mayor Clark grew upset that I started asking questions for the benefit of public transparency. Transparency and honesty in government seem to be the enemies of Mayor Clark and the 4 aldermen that are here. You'll notice the only ones here, who continually vote to pay bills that they say they know nothing about. If you attended last Finance Committee meeting, you'll know that. They knew nothing about any of the bills, what they were going to pay for. For 17010 South Halstead, that's the big Metro property now that's on Halstead. Why is the city allowing such a huge property right off I-80 to be rezoned and allowed to not pay any property taxes? We need property taxes. We need that tax revenue so it doesn't come from the residents. Are you crazy? Tell Metro, no, we're not going to rezone it for them just so they can have a huge piece of prime land that pays no taxes. Surely that's in your ward. You are a veteran alderwoman. You should be speaking out about these things. Who in the city of Harvey even allowed the transfer of this land to a nonprofit entity in 2020? This is crazy. We need the tax revenue. After kowtowing to 3 Metro executives so they could have their tax-free warehouse on I-80, I then watched the commission interrogate a tire business and a daycare operator who want to open up in Harvey. These businesses both would pay taxes, lowering tax bills for residents. Okay, our tax bill is really high. Why is the city treating them so horribly? Do you want to chase businesses away from Harvey, Mayor Clark, and the 4 aldermen that are here? Do you want everyone to pay more in taxes? Your actions say yes, you do. I don't care what your words say. We were told the comprehensive plan for Harvey was 90% complete. How in the world is that possible? Who's completing the planning document for the whole city without consistent and responsive involvement of residents and businesses? Preserving and restoring irreplaceable historic Harvey buildings, streets, and structures should be in this comprehensive plan. But of course, you know, we had one meeting on it, maybe? We weren't really asked. Stop getting rich from no-bid demolition contracts like TK Construction, same owner as Alex's Butcher Shop, also campaign contributor to Mayor Clark. Stop getting rich from these development deals. This is our city. It has history and character. We want to keep it that way. Regarding the incident with Alderwoman Chapman, we know what happened. She filed a police report regarding the assault from Ms. Davis, and then the retaliation was Mayor Clark ordered her arrest, charge her with assault. I mean, how is that for gaslighting, right? It was perfectly timed to try to stop the public from knowing about police and how we have unreported crime statistics here and how we have a lot of officers that shouldn't even have guns in Harvey. That committee meeting was supposed to be the very night Colby was arrested. Isn't that interesting how that happened? This is nothing new, but we're not going to be silenced. This is not your money to spend, and it's not your government. This is our city. You're accountable to us, and we're going to keep speaking out.
Next is Glennis James Watson, followed by Sharon McGee. Ms. Glennis James Watson?
No, Glennis went home with all that commotion out there. She went on home, she was older. My name is Sharon McGee. I live on 151st and Winchester. My family has owned my home since 1967. Since 1967, I have paid property taxes consistently. My taxes are not behind. I am not receiving no services for the money that I'm putting out. My granddaughter cannot ride her bike up and down the street, grass grows. I live next to the guy who don't cut his yard for 4 times a year, next to the bando. Next to, over on this side is a squatter that lets her dog out, her people out there. Sir, you should be concerned about this. This matters to me. Y'all up there just to talk, this matters to me. I live here. Y'all just spending my money, 2,100 additional tax dollars, y'all. That was a lot of money from this one woman with this one paycheck with this one PIN number, and you just disregard me. I don't like that. You ain't no better than the last dude that stayed here for 16 years and fleeced us. We left the fox back in the hen house, but I'm going to rattle some cages. Y'all can't keep this up. I can't keep on taking those $2,100 tax bills while y'all yay to every settlement you see. You a lawyer, sir. How did you let them get us for that little shack on 154th and Roby, sir? What is that? I wouldn't dare let my 6-year-old go over there and do nothing. There ain't nothing but the sparrow there where you thought to sit a community center for my baby. Are you nuts? I'm not sending my baby over there. Y'all tripping. Y'all have to make it make sense from this point forward. I'm telling y'all, $2,100 was a lot of money, and y'all will hear my voice. Y'all will know my name. My name is Sharon McGee. I live on the 151st in Winchester, and I want some sidewalks over there so my baby can go down the street while you're tearing up this street right here. So that's the whole struggle. Did you forget? You got for that building. You got totally got over there. I'm sick of this mess. You will have to make it make sense for me, sir. I ain't no dummy. I took off work 2 times to come here, and you got me going in and out this door, tagging me for 3 minutes, while you just voted to spend $100,000 of my dollars while I was outside. Because you can't keep up with it. I'm begging you to tell this elderly woman that she can't clap, sir. They clap at church. Are you just telling me you better than Jesus? I want to ask you that right there. You just told this elderly woman right here that she cannot clap. Who do you think you are? Sir, make it make sense to me from this point forward. I'm going to be here. You know what? I'm going to let this might go. Because I'm going to write some change behind you. And if you think Tiffany got it bad, sir, get ready. Get ready.
Next on the agenda is Jonathan Johnson, followed by Ms. Irvin.
I just want to play this video since I was inserted. If you are looking at this video, I don't want to use too much of my time. If you're looking at this video, you will see Alderwoman Smith actually standing up in this area, stating, "I got you. I got you. I got you, Jonathan." And since then, I've actually employed some security from our church. I've also put some cameras up. You say you don't feel safe? I don't feel safe. I don't know what the word "I got you" mean, but it definitely comes off as a threat, especially when you're pointing and inserting. "I got you. Oh, I got you." That's definitely street talk, and it's definitely a threat. So of course, I have to employ security for my church and also watch while I see the department people coming through, and they're parking on the side of the street, on the side of my church, and all type of little foolishness. Look, it's just time out. It's time out for the foolishness. It's time out for us continuously doing this. I'm not representing my church here, I'm representing me. And I really want to be perfectly honest with you. I am really, really floored at some of the character that is being displayed by these alderpersons. We had a decent conversation today, but the conversation in which we had was the fact that you have another place of residence. You have a way of escape. What about the people that can't escape? That have to live in this city that is dilapidated and full of crime and full of people that's doing these different things. While we're still having people on the tax roll like Tyrone. I'm not sure if you paid that $300 and some thousand yet. I'm still on that. That you should be paying for the Bikers Club. It's a disgrace that we're continuously doing the same thing over and over again. Approving bills without seeing receipts. Approving bills without seeing the bill. His American Express card is no longer on the road no more. He took it off. I wonder why. The Federal Bureau of Investigation will find out. I don't want to attach myself to anything like that. I'm sure if y'all got some sense, you'll find yourself removing yourself from it too. I have no love lost to Laney, but I cannot believe that you will align yourself with some foolishness like this. Educated woman, I did not expect this from you. Never. Is that a gesture? I don't know what that is. Oh, you got a crown. Are you responding to the public? Oh, is she in order, Mayor? Because I think she's out of order. See, this is what I mean. It's one-sided, it's biased, and it's not right. So regularly when we're talking about telling the public, chill out, be cool. Make sure we tell the mayor be cool before he come out here too. Have a good night.
Next item, next on the agenda is Mr. Irvin, followed by Ruby Young. Mr. Irvin is gone. Next up is Ruby Young.
Well, you know, when I stand up, it always should and will take over 3 minutes. What I have to say will not and ever, when it concerns Harvey, be done in 3 minutes. I know I'm using up time now, but I am completely appalled at what has occurred tonight and at least 2 or 3 other city council meetings. My last meeting here on August, I think it was the 24th or the 14th, I said something to the audience here, and I think it was misconcepted that I was actually trying to say something against the entire administration. That was taken in error. It was not. It was not directed against the mayor per se. It was directed to 2 people, maybe 3. And that was the Finance Committee. I will continue to process and push forward to see that we get some information from the Finance Committee and also from any of the entities that are involved in that Finance Committee. We are not stupid, and we are moving forward. We are moving forward. You have to look at the positive things instead of always looking at the negative things that are here. I have been here 55 years, living in the same house and attending my taxes, and more or less must be from other people too, because there's so many people that we don't know that live right next door to us that have never ever paid any taxes. That is unfair. Now, this has got to stop. We have got to get together. And you know what? I don't even have this on paper, because this is from my heart. We are supposed to be more harmonious. We should be working together and not falling apart. We have made a lot of progress, and I'm going to just read a little part. Harvey is in a complete stage of positive revitalization, and current concerned citizens, of which I am a member, are currently and continuously will have segments of this progression forward. We have viewed the improvements and certainly are pleased. So I'm going to say that again. The progression that we have, we are definitely pleased with it. Okay? I will continue next time.
Next item on the agenda. Is Mayor coming?
There's a lot that could be said, but I'm not going to say all of those things that could be said. There's a lot that has been said. But I'm not going to address those things, first of all, because I think that some of those things are beneath designation. This administration is grateful. And that's all I can say. I understand that there are some people who are displeased about how city councilors operate. And I understand some people are displeased about how the city is conducted. And you will have your chance and opportunity to do those things and address that in due time. And honestly, I encourage you to do something. But while I sit in this seat as the mayor of the city of Hartney, I'm going to direct it the best way that I possibly can. What amazes me is that you got to figure out who I am. Either I'm going to be the thug, or I'm going to be the nerd, but I can't be both. Either I'm going to know what I'm doing, or I'm not going to know what I'm doing. But I can't be both. You say I'm a attorney sometimes when you want to use that to attack me, but then you don't allow that degree to guide the city and use it to the best of my ability to help to formulate what we're doing here. So I remove myself from the matter, and I look at the other people. I look at our streets and sanitation, our police department, our fire department, our finance department. You know, no matter how many times I say that we were $164 million in debt, it seems like some people still just don't want to get the memo of what that means. Maybe their minds can't conceptualize what $164 million is. But the bottom line is we have had an uphill battle to climb. In my imperfection, I have tried to keep God in front, and I will tell you, sometimes it is extremely difficult, but I'm going to keep leaning on Him. Because He has sent a lot of people around to do a lot of the work that we need to rebuild this city. And so I'm going to say to Alderwoman Delaney Smith, Alderman Dominic Randall, Alderman Tyrone Rogers, and Alderwoman Shirley Lewinsky, thank you very much. Thank you very much for embracing the vision of this city. Thank you very much for supporting the people of your wards and listening to what they have to say. Thank you for continually having that conversation and doing everything that you possibly can to move this city forward. It's amazing how I hear people say that the city's not doing anything. But we got a building right next door that's being built. That building costs $19 million. It's not the city of Harvey building it. It's a private investor that's doing it. First, they accused me of stealing the money because it wasn't built right away within their timeline. Then once it starts to get built, or before then, they say it's not going to get built. Then as it starts to get built, then they just want to, what I said earlier today, foo-foo on everything we do. And once it finally gets built, and it has, I think, a waiting list of 300 people. So while nobody wants to live there, nobody wants to be there, there's currently a waiting list of 300 people. I don't know how to reconcile all of it. It just, you know, it's just confusing. If y'all confused, I'm confused too. Okay? Because it just doesn't make any sense. Now, we got 154th Street, and obviously when we decided to repair it, I thought that was a good thing. Why? Because it hasn't been repaired in over 100 years. They put down a little asphalt on top of it and made it look a little permanent. But the bottom line, it wasn't fully repaired for over 100 years. That's why you found brick on the street. That's why you found railroad tracks or trolley tracks on the street. Because the people who were before this administration did not do it the right way.
They just covered it up. I say it's like when you tell your child to make their bed and they decide to put the sheet on top of their clothes. That's not making a bed. That's just covering it up and trying to make it look good. What we're trying to do is we're trying to do it the right way here in this city. We're trying. And all of that trying does not belong to me. It belongs to these people here. It belongs to those people there. If you're looking for heroes, and if you're looking for people who actually do the work to make this city move forward, those are the people. Those, you're not disparaging me. I'm a lawyer, and I'm going to be a lawyer, and I'm going to continue to be a lawyer. And I'm not going to do anything to violate my oath of office or to risk my bar license. But the bottom line is, yes, you will see. But the bottom line is, those are the people that run this city. And there's other people who are not here that run this city. And when you're talking about me, you're talking about the work that they're doing. That's who's doing it. So if nobody wants to say thank you to y'all, okay, thank you. Okay, would you please come to order? Now, I didn't interrupt anybody while they was talking. And I wasn't talking while anybody was talking. I wasn't talking while anybody was talking. Would you please come to order? Thank you very much. So once again, like I said, I want to thank you. Some may say I got a heavy hand. You damn right. And I'm gonna keep being heavy. Put that one, put it right, that's right, right in there, because put it right on there. We're gonna keep doing this over and over and over again until we get it right. What that Aretha Franklin song say? Do it till you get it, right. We're gonna keep doing this till we get it right. But in the meantime, and in between time, respect too. But in the meantime, in between time, we are redoing 154th Street. We are building new housing, 51 units, okay, on 154th and Broadway. We are doing the engineering for Broadway Street. We have completed the engineering, if I'm correct, for 155th. Is that correct? Or somewhere close to that? Dixie Highway has been paved, and we're considering the possibility of reconstructing that whole thing. We have brought in new businesses, and we are continuing to bring in more. We will continue to do the work of this city. We, this group here, committed to not raising the taxes on the part of the city when we saw what the tax bills were like. That's what we did. School district didn't do it. Library didn't do it, even though they want to blame the city for all of it. Cook County didn't do it. Mosquito abatement didn't do it. This group did. Right. Because this group heard the people. So, you know what? Y'all go ahead and take this one. For those people who got problems, forget y'all. I ain't worried about you. Okay? At the end of the day, I am the mayor for the hard-working, tax-paying, family-raising, job-having, decent, active people of the city of Hartley. That's who I ran for, and that's who I'm going to be. And if anybody got a problem with that, you can meet me in 2027. But until that particular point in time, I'm still the mayor. I'm going to run this city the best way I possibly can. I'm going to listen to our people. If you have any concerns, you can always make an appointment. If you have concerns and you are a Hartley resident, you can come between 12 and 3 p.m. on Fridays to meet the mayor. If you talk to some of your neighbors, you will realize that some really good things happen there. But I'm not going to get distracted, and I'm not going to get persuaded by these evil, corrupt, conniving people who's trying to keep our city down. I'm gonna keep fighting. What, did you hear that, Bart? You heard it, didn't you? All right. So thank you very much, everybody. And have a good evening. And the next item on the agenda is a motion to adjourn. All right. All in favor, signify. We have a motion by the first and second by the fifth. All signify by saying aye. Those opposed, hearing none, we stand adjourned at 8:55 p.m. Be blessed and have a great week.